Good morning everybody and happy new all-time high day and welcome to this new video right here in this update on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the technicals mostly. We will talk about some fundamentals as well, of course. I tried to keep you updated on all the fundamentals. In general, although I must say at this point of time, look, the best gauge and the best way to keep up with the fundamentals is just to take a look at the stock market. And the stock market is steady. I mean, we're grinding on top of that 7-day rolling VWAP very nicely. Volatility index over the course of yesterday had some moments where it jumped up a little bit, but ultimately it is still very stable and very low even at this point of time this morning. So fundamentals are good. I mean, the headlines could be better, and it's definitely a possibility that the headlines that we're seeing right now in some time, later in 2025, will have some more bearish results. But for now, it's good. And then yesterday, after the FOMC minutes, we also got somewhat more of a confirmation within the Federal Reserve. There are some different opinions coming out about potential more rate cuts, right? And there were some people who also spoke about that earlier in July and June already, about potentially cutting in July. At the end of July, we have one more FOMC meeting, and then the next one is in September. So that made the odds of a rate cut in July jump up a little bit, which has a positive effect. But ultimately it was minimal, right? So that caused some more bullish momentum, and it caused us to break out right here, which we have done. We have broken above the value area high, as you can see on the higher time frames, which was all expected. If you watch my videos yesterday as well, I always said I think it's most likely that we will still see a move up higher into all-time highs, and then I think we will reject, all right? And that is also still what I expect right now. I think on the higher time frames, this is a real breakout. But I don't think it's most likely that we're going to get back into price action like this. I think we have started to form a balance right here, and it's very possible that we get a deviation outside of balance, but ultimately I think we will get back into balance later. So those are my thoughts, and those have been my thoughts for the last time already, so most of you know that. But short term, I think we can still rally up a little bit higher. I mean, now we've made equal highs to the all-time highs we made the 22nd of May. For me, the main levels to look at, or the main area to look at, is right here between 110.5 into 110 round. All right, there we left some single prints and some imbalances, and I think based on the reaction we get to those areas, we can either say, all right, well, we can actually rally much higher into 113, 114 before reverting back, or maybe this is the top. I think it's unlikely that we're going to get one big retrace already. I memean, very often what you see is that the price at least consolidates near the top for about 3 or 4 days. But if we get a very weak reaction to that level down here, right? So right here and here, if we get a very weak reaction and we're on it like something like this, then I would say it's quite likely that we'll do something like this, and we can revert back into the range quite quickly, and then this could just be the top. But if we get a strong reaction, which I would say at this point of time is a little bit more likely, because of the fundamentals, but also because of the Coinbase Bitcoin premium, if we get a good reaction, then I think we can rally up higher into 113, 112.5, 114 before reverting back. And I would say, like I said, given the fundamentals, that it's a little bit more likely to get that strong reaction, although getting that strong reaction is very important, and also something I will keep you updated on. Right, so that's the main thing to look out for today. Short term, I'd say this is most likely. If we rally up higher, the same thing applies, right? I mean, I do still think that if we're going to make a top, if you go back to all the tops we've made over the last 2 years or so, we always consolidated near the highs for some time first before pulling back. So I don't think, unless we get some fundamental bearish news, I don't think you need to be too worried about, spiking up and then immediately crashing down again. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding Bitcoin for now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.